This video covers me making a mold to create polished spears. I start out with a cardboard plug to start with, just to save on mud. I've already placed fiber mud and ran the smallish radius jig around it. I let that mud tack up. Now I'm placing the second layer of fiber mud and running the second jig around. The next day I placed a mortar mix and ran the next shaping jig around to better the shape of the spear. I then let that dry for an hour and I followed up with a finer cream coat and ran the next shaping jig around that one last time. The next day I sanded the spear down and then started to apply 4 coats of a mold release agent in preparation of beginning the rubber molding process. We then brushed on the first layer of molding rubber onto the prototype. As that first coat is drying, I'm placing the form. We are going to be using a pourable liquid rubber to more easily fill the smaller gap or space that remains. Okay, now filling the form with the pourable rubber, which was firm in about 15 minutes, where it was good with us to go applying the last 2 coats of the brush-on molding rubber coats. Okay, started to demold the mold by breaking the form of the foam into pieces, and then I had to razor knife off the flap of unwanted rubber from the mold. Okay, with this sander, this is a wood sanding disc, and I'm gonna take this speed bump out of here and just smooth this off so that the mold, the hard mold, will come off the rubber easier. Okay, so now it's profiled, and it's not perfect, but if it doesn't have any catches, then you can't get it off, and that's why I profile this. I've released it with an oil. I put this up to divide. I'm making a 2-piece hard mold. Okay, just continuing on making the mold here. This is something that I have the full length video on the start to finish, meaning I've got a spear casted and everything, but this is just a short that I made, and if you need more information, just look up at the description area. Okay, so that's the second half of the mold done. Tomorrow I'll be grinding this to make it nice and flat and then breaking the pieces apart, literally with a chisel. This is the first, there we go. Okay, so I've drilled and bolted the flanges together, and now I'm gonna take the rubber off and put it inside, and we're gonna do a casting. But, you know, surprisingly, as thick as I make this, see how that distorts? You start packing it with mud, you won't keep that shape. It's got the polished shape or smooth surface, but it's not capable of transmitting the form. So together with the hard mold, this put inside of that, you get the two, the formation and the texture. Stick with me, we're gonna make a casting. All right, so I made a prototype of a spear, and I made a half of one. I wanted 2 halves together to go, and then I could mud the difference. And this trial was made to where I could trial that and it'd give me the perfect